Good morning ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 14th of June. What is the theme of 2019 edition of World Day Against Child Labor? Right answer is children shouldn't work in fields but on dreams. So every year, the World Day Against Child Labor is observed on 12th of June, and the theme of this year World Day Against Child Labor was children shouldn't work in fields but on dreams. If we talk about few other important days of June, 1st of June is World Milk Day. Answer in comment box which state of India is the biggest producer of milk. On the other hand, 3rd of June is celebrated as World Bicycle Day. 4th of June is observed as International Day of Innocent Children Victims of Aggression. 5th of June is World Environment Day and the theme was Beat Air Pollution. While 7th of June was celebrated as first ever World Food Safety Day. On the other hand, 8th of June was celebrated as World Oceans Day, and the theme of this year World Oceans Day was Gender and Oceans. Who has been appointed as China's new ambassador to India? Right answer is Mr. Sun Weidong. So Mr. Sun Weidong, the veteran diplomat, has been appointed as China's new ambassador to India. If we talk about China, recently China was in news as the Tiananmen Square protests completed 30 years. Apart from that, China recently became the third country to demonstrate the capabilities to launch satellites from a floating platform. On the other hand, China was also in news as it will be the host of 2023 Asian Cup football tournament. Apart from that, China was in news recently as it banned Wikipedia. On the other hand, recently Starbucks has opened a silent cafe in China. Answer in comment box in which state of India the first ever ice cafe was opened recently. Amasebelu village, which has become Karnataka's first solar powered Gram Panchayat, is located in which of the following districts? Right answer is Udupi. So Amasebelu village in Udupi district of Karnataka has become Karnataka's first solar powered Gram Panchayat. Apart from that, recently Bacha in Betul district of Madhya Pradesh has become the first village in India to have zero wooden stoves, and the village is relying on solar powered stoves. Now coming back to Karnataka, recently Karnataka was in news as it has launched Pink Sarthi vehicles to attend the complaints of women passengers travelling in city buses. Apart from that, recently Justice Abhay Srinivas has been sworn in as the Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court. On the other hand, Karnataka was also in news as recently it declared 2019 as Year of Water. Apart from that, the Mangaluru City Police in Karnataka launched All Women Police Patrol Unit. The name of this police unit is Rani Abaka Force. Who has been appointed as the leader of House for Rajya Sabha? Right answer is Mr. Thawarchand Gehlot. So Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Mr. Thawarchand Gehlot, has been appointed as the new leader of House for the Rajya Sabha. If we talk about Rajya Sabha, it is the upper house of parliament. It represents states and union territories. The maximum strength of Rajya Sabha is 250 members, out of which 38 are elected by the representatives of states and union territories, while 12 are nominated by the President of India on the account of excellence in literature, science, art or social service. The allocation of seats in Rajya Sabha is listed in the 4th schedule of our constitution. Now, one important thing is that Rajya Sabha is not subject to dissolution. Therefore, Rajya Sabha has an indefinite term. However, the individual Rajya Sabha members have a term of 6 years, and 1/3 of members of Rajya Sabha retire every 2 years. Vice President of India is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha, while the deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha is elected from the members of Rajya Sabha. So Vice President is the ex officio chairman. Presently, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu is the Vice President and therefore he is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Recently, Mr. M. Venkaiah Naidu was in news as he launched tree ambulance service in Tamil Nadu in Chennai. It is a unique initiative to provide care to the trees. Who is the head of Shashakt committee that recommended changes in existing intercreditor agreement? Right answer is Mr. Sunil Mehta. So the Shashakt committee headed by Mr. Sunil Mehta has recommended changes in the existing intercreditor agreement for the decision making stipulated by the RBI. Now your homework is to find out the idea behind intercreditor agreement. That means what is the objective of such agreements. If we talk about few other committees which were in news in recent time, recently Government of India constituted a committee to examine issues related to framing of proper scheme for providing insurance coverage to advocates, and the committee is chaired by Mr. Alok Srivastava. On the other hand, recently Chhattisgarh government constituted a high-level committee under Mr. A.K. Patnaik to review cases against tribals in Naxal-hit areas of Chhattisgarh. Apart from that, recently K. Kasturirangan committee submitted draft national education policy to new HRD minister Mr. Ramesh Nishank. On the other hand, a government-appointed advisory group headed by Mr. Surjit Bhalla recently submitted report to Commerce and Industry Ministry. The group recommended the creation of elephant bonds in which people declaring undisclosed income will be bound to invest 50% of that income. This fund will be utilized for infrastructure projects only. Who clinched women's title at 2019 French Open tennis tournament? Right answer is Miss Ashley Barty. So Miss Barty, an Australian professional tennis player, has clinched women's title at 2019 French Open tennis tournament. On the other hand, recently Mr. Rafael Nadal won the French Open men's single title for the 12th time. Who has been appointed as new secretary to Vice President of India? Right answer is Mr. I.V. Subbarao. So Mr. I.V. Subbarao will continue as secretary to Vice President Mr. M. Venkaiah Naidu. If we talk about few other appointments, recently retired Justice Mr. K.S. Radhakrishnan has been appointed as member of CSAT in London. CSAT stands for Commonwealth Secretariat Arbitral Tribunal. On the other hand, recently Justice Arjan Kumar Sikri has been appointed as the chairperson of News Broadcasting Standards Authority, while Justice Madan B. Lokur has been appointed to the Supreme Court of Fiji as a judge of its non-resident panel. Answer in comment box what is the capital of Fiji. Apart from him, recently Mr. Virendra Kumar became the pro tem speaker of 17th Lok Sabha, and Ms. Namrita Menon has been appointed as the Goa's brand ambassador to promote yoga, and Mr. Moinul Haq has been appointed as Pakistan's High Commissioner to India. On the other hand, recently Mr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra has been appointed as Chief of Indian Meteorological Department. The 2019 edition of Mela Kheer Bhavani is celebrated in which of the following states? Right answer is Jammu and Kashmir. So Mela Kheer Bhavani is celebrated in Jammu and Kashmir, and it is associated with Hindu goddess Raganya Devi. If we talk about Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Satyapal Malik is the governor of Jammu and Kashmir, and recently the Jammu and Kashmir administration sacked Jammu and Kashmir Bank's chairman Mr. Pervez Ahmed. Jammu and Kashmir was also in news as recently J&K government ordered creation of separate administrative division for Ladakh. So Ladakh is the third administrative division after Jammu and Kashmir. Apart from that, recently Government of India constituted a tribunal to adjudicate whether there are sufficient grounds to ban Jamaat-e-Islami and JKLF Yasin Malik faction. The tribunal will be headed by Justice Chandrasekhar of Delhi High Court. Jammu and Kashmir was also in news as it became the first state to criminalize sextortion of women. Who is the head of RBI committee to review ATM charges? Right answer is V.G. Kannan. So RBI has constituted a high-level committee under Mr. V.G. Kannan to examine ATM charges and fees by the banks. If we talk about RBI, it is Reserve Bank of India, and recently 6-member Monetary Policy Committee of Reserve Bank of India has reduced repo rate by 25 basis points. So the present repo rate is 5.75%, reverse repo is 5.50%. RBI was also in news as recently it divested entire stakes in NHB and NABARD. NHB stands for National Housing Bank, while NABARD stands for National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So now NHB and NABARD are 100% government owned financial institutions. Apart from that, RBI was also in news as recently Mr. Nandan Nilekani Committee submitted its report on promoting digital payments to RBI. On the other hand, Reserve Bank of India also constituted a committee to review the existing state of mortgage securitization in India, and Mr. Harshvardhan is the head of this committee. RBI also constituted a task force for the development of secondary market for corporate loans, and Mr. T.N. Manoharan is the head of this task force. Apart from that, RBI also constituted a task force to examine issues related to offshore rupee markets, and Ms. Usha Thorat is the head of this task force. Next question is, Chokhandi Stupa is located in which state of India? Right answer is Uttar Pradesh. So Chokhandi Stupa is located in Uttar Pradesh, and recently it was in news as Archaeological Survey of India has declared Chokhandi Stupa as Monument of National Importance. It is an ancient Buddhist site located in Sarnath in Uttar Pradesh. If we talk about Archaeological Survey of India, it was formed in 1861 and it is under Ministry of Culture. So these were the most important current affairs of the day. Thank you, and that's all for the day.